Hey guys, it's Lex
and Courtney,
and you are listening to another episode of The Pleasure's All Yours. We are here encouraging sexual liberation in the Black and queer communities.
Yes, we are here to laugh, learn, and discover all the ways that the pleasure is
all yours.
It's all yours, baby. Hey, okay. Sexy.
Happy birthday.
Ooh, happy birthday.
I wish we had little party hats or like a little
things that go
yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have 2 birthdays a year?
Oh, it feels so good, honestly.
Isn't that crazy?
Like, it's just like we get to celebrate us so many times.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that our other birthdays are already close together.
Absolutely.
So it just feels like a continuation, really.
Absolutely.
Wow, thanks, Mama.
Obviously, at some point we do have to like do a birthday trip. I know we've talked about it.
Yeah.
But
life be lifing.
Life be lifing and money don't be there. So
yet, bitch.
Okay. It's coming to us.
We speak life into ourselves and into our audience.
It's coming to us, but it's not here yet.
So
happy
birthday, TPAY, to year number 2. Technically 3, but you know.
Yeah. If we count in seasons, I guess.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Like as we move into year 3.
Yeah.
What do you wish for?
I think I wish for more collaborations, more like connections with other people that do any kind of content or art that pertains to pleasure and like our message that we're always pushing, because pleasure is everything. It's everywhere. It's in everything you do.
Yeah.
So I think that would probably be my biggest wish.
I love that. Absolutely. I actually think we're already on the way. Mm-hmm. You know, like I really do. Especially, you know, I don't want to talk about it too much, but like when that happened, I was like, okay, like I was on my way to work or something. Mm-hmm. And I was just, like, fuck it. Like, let me just do this. And then by the time I got in the car, I was like, oh, okay, now we gotta do it for real. Out. Yeah. And I like when it's reciprocated too. Yeah. Like sometimes you just gotta take the risk.
Absolutely.
I think my wish for this year for the pod is definitely to like see the ears that we reach every week. Like I really want to meet like some more of our community. Like the event we had last week was so awesome, and like getting to meet people that, you know, fuck with us like that. And they just, you know, they were really receptive of our energy, and I was really receptive of theirs. And I'm like, if we had all these people in a room together, it would be so much fun. Yeah,
the mixer was really, really nice. And it was crazy to me to see like word of mouth is like so for real. Like when people say that's like a powerful advertisement, that is like
it's the real. Best. Like fucking TikTok.
All the listeners that we did meet, they all came from, oh, so-and-so told me about this, or my bestie told me about this, or, oh, I came with her because she told me about this. And I've been, like, literally when one of them was like, oh, I've been binging the episodes for the past week, and, like, I love you guys. I was like, this is just so great. Yeah. Like, exactly why we do what we do.
Yeah, I think it was definitely, like, the event itself was a good... like, what do you call it? Like a recharge? Like, you know, especially moving into like, well, I guess it's not technically season. Like the season's not over yet. We still have like fucking months left. It's just,
we got a few months left.
Yeah. But like, it's just like a little mid-season recharge.
Yeah.
Between that and then just kind of like the new audience members that we're reaching on our YouTube platform and that follow us on Instagram now. Like, it just feels like, okay, like we're really doing this, you know, and it's going to continue to reach the ears it needs to reach and like the people that need to hear us, because like we be talking about some good shit. Okay.
Yeah. And I think we're just and I feel like, especially when I'm editing clips, like I'll be editing clips and randomly it doesn't even matter what time of night or day it is. I'll just randomly text Courtney and I'll be like, oh my God, we're so funny, sexy, cute. Because we're all of those things all the time. And it's also funny, like when we meet people and they just see us interacting like normal, like off the mic, and they're like, you guys are like really like that.
Yeah, there's really like no difference, truly.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's just us in a room, like, why would it be any different? You know, we're just two bitches with mics now.
Yeah.
We're just saying what we have to say louder.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And like in code sometimes.
Not sometimes, bitch. Like, okay, so I was talking to my friend and he was like, oh yeah, I listened to some of the episodes of the podcast. Tell me when you and Lex had this threesome. I was like, y'all are fucking? Like, that's what he said.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. Lex, I thought we were talking in code in that episode, and then you were randomly like, you were just like, what did he say? Yeah, and then you da 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 da, and then with the vibrator, or what? No, you were like, we came and then we went, and I was literally like, I remember when I was editing the episode, I was looking at my face because like I was like, bitch, and then you were like, you didn't even like you're
I didn't even notice,
bitch. I was like, okay,
I like literally
yeah, and then you just kept talking about. I was like, okay, well. It's out there. I mean, it's been out there. Like, I mean, we like to hint at it, but it's just like rare. I'm hot.
Yeah, you are.
Thank you. It's rare that I'm just gonna put these on the floor.
Don't tell anybody.
It's rare that we talk about it like up front. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was very shocking to me.
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't even realize you made a shock face.
No, go back and watch it. Because I was like this. I was like, bitch, what?
And what's even funnier is that I vividly remember like a different episode where you said something in response to something I said. I really don't remember what it was, and I was like, oh, okay, so we're talking. Are we talking about it?
I don't know. That doesn't seem like my MO, bitch.
Okay, well,
I hate to gaslight you, but find the episode, okay?
Okay.
Like, I saw this meme today, actually on the way up here, and it was like when the gaslighter tells you, "Give me an example," and wipes your memory, and then it was like Kermit the Frog, and he's like.
But yeah, you have to tell me which episode it is because I don't remember.
It was last episode.
Really?
Yes, bitch. It was literally the last episode. Or it was the episode before last, excuse me. So you remember the episodes we filmed two, and so it was like one of those chunks, but like, yeah, the last 2 weeks. But it's cool. Now I'm gonna send it to you actually, because I know exactly when it was.
I'm like,
okay, bitch.
When did that happen?
Wrap this bitch up because it was the end of the episode. But I mean, it's fine. Like, it's out there. It's just funny to me.
Okay. It's funny to me that I literally don't remember that. And
because we're just chatting, and it all goes back to the point of we just be in here just talking. So like, what are you gonna do? It's fine.
Very true.
It's not anything that like anybody didn't know, I feel like.
Yeah.
So
it seems pretty gay in this room most of the time.
All the time.
All the time.
We really try.
Yeah.
Try really hard. Even
but
I do love dick. I do.
Yeah.
Just needed to bring it up.
I didn't even know what I was going to say after that. Because I was like... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Well, it is our birthday.
It is our birthday.
So, over our last year of life, what was something that you feel like you learned while we were potting?
Okay. So not to be a bitch, but we have an outline, and I feel like you just like hopped 4 steps above.
Sorry,
it's giving pleasure principle, and we haven't even gotten to pleasure moment.
We haven't. You know what's so funny, Court, is before the camera came on, and you were like, "This episode, we're just gonna be vibing."
But, okay, but to me,
I wasn't thinking like, oh, there is also an outline.
Okay, I can understand that. It's just like now that it's our second birthday, right?
Yeah.
So we are literally, this is episode 96. Ooh. So we've done this 96 times, and I'm sure we haven't had 96 outlines. Like, I'm sure it's probably like 90 outlines.
She said, "Okay, bitch, get it together." Okay.
I just feel like there's a general like direction of flow.
That's true.
That we are really good at in the show.
Sorry, typically. Everyone. That was my bad. My brakes are pumped.
Reverse. Perfect. Hey, Lex. Oh, wait. I've had one sip of this champagne. I don't even know where the giggles are coming from. Maybe it's just like birthday giggles.
Yeah.
So every episode, we do like to start off with a pleasure moment.
We do.
And a pleasure moment is really any part of your previous week that really made you feel like full of joy or was some kind of, what would you call that? A feel good, a positive moment of your week. It doesn't have to be sexual. It can be big or small. What do I usually say? It's as small as buying a cup of coffee and as big as having your first threesome. Lex, what was your pleasure moment?
I think, like my whole week just blanked out of my head. But I was thinking about my pleasure moment on the drive here.
Okay.
So I think one of my pleasure moments was, you know, I have been really embracing nap time. Like a lot. Like it's to the point where like I will set a timer on my phone and take like a 15-minute nap in my car. Like
you can take a 15-minute nap?
I can.
And you wake up feeling refreshed?
Sometimes.
I wake up feeling groggy.
Sometimes I wake up feeling groggy. Most times I wake up feeling refreshed though. And I just learned this like breathing exercise to like make yourself go to sleep quicker. And like sometimes it doesn't work. And so I'll be up all night. But like I was trying to like figure out a way to make myself go to sleep when I can't sleep, and like an orgasm doesn't work, you know?
Wow. Okay. So is it like just like in through the nose, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then out through the mouth? Like what is it?
So like when you lay down, like you have to lay down, and if you have to toss around a little bit to get a little comfy. But honestly, I've taken a nap like in my car. Yeah. And like it's fine, like in my driver's seat. But like you just relax into whatever it is that you're laying on. Kind of like imagine yourself like as flat on that thing as you possibly are, and then like assess all of the tension points in your body down to like my ear muscles are like a really tense part. Like my ears are usually always like up. It's weird.
Whoa, I don't even notice my ears are on.
Yeah, like it's weird. And so like you start noticing like where you're holding tension, sometimes like a little bit in your neck, even though you feel like your neck is like just, it's like, oh, am I holding tension? Where am I holding tension? And then like release it. Okay. And then think about a person breathing when they sleep. Like just hearing like if somebody's sleeping next to you and the slow breathing, think about the breathing. Make your breathing mimic the breathing. 2 minutes, you're out.
And it works for you like what? Give me a percentage.
Like 80% of the time.
Whoa. That's big numbers.
Yeah.
I might try that tonight. Yeah. You know, I've been trying to smoke less weed because it interrupts your REM cycle. And I've just noticed whenever I smoke before bed, like even though it helps me go to sleep faster, I wake up like feeling very disoriented and lazy. So I'm trying not to do that. So I will definitely try out this breathing technique.
There was one day that I was in the office and I went into the corner of the office and nobody goes in there. And I like laid my little Snuggie on the ground. And I like put my jacket over me in a corner. The light was off. There's a window, but the light was off and you couldn't see me.
Perfect. And
I literally told my supervisor, I'm going to go take a nap. And she was like, okay.
Yeah.
Bitch, I took the best motherfucking nap. That was a fabulous nap. I woke up and was like, all right.
Time to get going.
Let me get my shit together. Yeah. And so I've just really been trying to listen to my body like when it's like, I need to sleep. So yeah, I think all the naps I took during the week was probably my pleasure moment.
Absolutely fuck with that.
Yeah.
Like nap time is so underrated. Like a good like Sunday, Saturday afternoon nap.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, those are the multi-hour naps. Those are like the 2.5 hour naps.
Yeah.
You fall asleep like watching like a rom-com.
Yeah.
And then you wake up like, what was it, still Sunday?
I really enjoy like a cute cat nap as well, though.
Yeah, like the quick ones.
Yeah, sometimes I can do like I do like a good cat nap, but yeah, a nap where I can like sleep for a while. So that's my shit, girl.
So good, so good, so good.
What was your pleasure moment, Court?
My pleasure moment was definitely 2 things.
Okay.
Our event. So fun.
Yeah, we haven't been in the studio for a minute.
No, we haven't, which is typical. But
yeah.
Definitely our event. It was so fun and just we already did our little recap on that, so I won't hash that. But I will say my other pleasure moment was seeing my friend come in from wherever she lives. And she's my college friend, so I met her when I was in school, and like we see each other literally once a year. Like ever since I left ever since I left college, we have seen each other once a year, and I really love that for us. So this was our time, and she's starting nursing school next month. So it's kind of like, I know I really won't see her for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So it was a good time. We went dancing. It was so nice. We were the only people on the dance floor, just us. But we were in there like we were on cocaine. Okay. We were like fucking that dance floor up. The DJ walked up to us like when they closed, because they closed at midnight. It was Sunday. And he was like, hey, oh my God, thank you so much for dancing. And then like we went to go close out our tab, and the bartenders were like, you guys look so great out there. Like, yes, thanks for participating.
Did they give you your drinks for free?
They gave one of them for free. I didn't order a drink. So yeah, it wasn't like they gave us a round or anything.
Okay, I guess one is better than
anyway, but other than that, it was very, like, I had a very intuitive week with my friends. So I appreciate that. Yeah, long distance friendships are hard. Yeah, but it always feels good, like when you see snow, like when you just come back and you're like, oh, yeah, it's like we really are just like a vibe. Like we can just pick up right where we left off. You know, I love shoving a 1 year of lore into like a good dinner. Like, yes, literally. So.
Yeah, I want to go see snow, and I want to go see D too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Love to foster those relationships.
Absolutely.
So that was my pleasure moment.
Beautiful.
And usually we would have a fun fact. And
there's a Black woman running for president. I guess that's a fun fact.
That is definitely a fun fact. So let's get out there and vote, guys. Like, yeah. If you guys were complaining about the fact that you had to vote between Biden and Trump, like, look at this, an opportunity where you no longer have to vote for Biden or Trump. You can vote for Kamala or Trump, which really, to me, I'm not saying like lesser of two evils. I understand the mindset behind like the abolitionist movement of like, the system does not work. We need to like displace the system. Like we need to stop buying into it by voting. Yeah. But at the same time,
that is what is there. And if we don't,
it kind of just takes that choice away. I just like to think like, even if I voted for a third party, even if you go out there and you vote for the Green Party bitch, or you vote independent or whatever, and let's say Trump still wins, and then you know what he was telling his constituents or whatever this past week, he was like, Christians, I love the Christians, but let me tell you this, if you guys go out and vote this year, you'll never have to vote again. I'll make sure you won't have to vote again. What the fuck does that mean, nigga?
Yeah, what does that mean?
So I'm like, if this is the last time I get to voting,
or are you going to turn this shit into a dictatorship?
Like what the fuck? Yeah. So I'd rather just vote to say I voted for the last time. Even if that man wins, even if you don't want Kamala to win, I don't know. I can't pressure anybody to like participate in a system that they don't believe in.
Yeah. I will say though, like not believing in the system, and then it's like, yes, I understand that you don't want to vote, and again, like everything you said, but in a circumstance like this, not voting just seems worse than like, it just seems worse than like just going to pick someone, you know? Because it's like, if every vote counts and there's like 40,000 people that are like, oh, I'm not going to vote because these candidates are ass, why? Like, then all of us are going to be suffering, and then it's going to be worse. I don't know. I'm just like, in dire circumstances, bitch. Like, when Obama was going, nobody, like, whatever. Like, but if you didn't vote, whatever, bro. Yeah. When it just is like, this is so, it's so dire to, like, human rights and, like, the place that we call home. Not even, like, at that point, that is what I'm thinking of. I'm not even thinking, like, who it is. I just know what one of them stands for is just absolutely atrocious, and there's no way that I would want myself or my friends, my family, to be subjected to anything that terrible. Like, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that doesn't happen.
Absolutely.
And I'm not in the 1%, bitch. I'm gonna be at the fucking library going to vote.
It's such a sticky conversation sometimes, because there are a lot of Black and queer, both separately and combined, like, people that have that mindset of like, I'm not voting for this madness. Like, I see it on my timeline, especially like yeah, like I don't want to single anybody out. So like, I just see a certain type of people that are more so like, I'm not voting, I'm not participating in this. But then like, I think about our audience who are non-binary or trans, and most of us are vulva owners. If we didn't vote, those privileges that we're given to have like gender affirming care and access to abortions will be like stripped away. So it's kind of like you're voting against by not voting, you're voting against your best interest. And so I want to encourage everybody to do their research on all of the available candidates so that you feel like you are making the best decision for you and your family. However, I just implore you to vote. I do.
Yeah. I second that. Now that we've had a little serious moment, let's get back to the fun stuff.
Okay, Pleasure Principle. Lex, you asked me a little question earlier. Do you remember what it was?
Yes, I do, actually.
Lay it on me.
In the last year of our life, not the last, but the previous.
Scary stuff.
What is something that you learned? Like
from the podcast?
Like anything, like something you learned like about how we do it, like what works best, something that you learned about yourself, something you learned about me, something you learned about a subject, like just something you learned.
I've learned that it takes a village. Sometimes you got to use your resources. You can't do it all by yourself. You can't do it all between the two of us, even. So I think I learned to not be afraid to reach out for help, and also reach out to people in general. Like literally just not just for support, but like, I don't know, like with questions, with asking if they want to come on the podcast, with telling them about the podcast. Like I've just learned to be more open about like what I want, because we're not going to get to where we want to be if I'm just like, they'll find it, like the right people will find it, or like, oh, they don't care, like they wouldn't want to help, like they don't know, like I'm not like that anymore. I definitely learned that this past year during season 3. I'm like, we need the help, and we are good enough to like deserve support, and like chances are they're gonna love the podcast as much as we do. Yeah. What about you?
I think I learned a lot about, and I think I still keep learning something every day, but since I've been like doing the socials and like the clip editing and things like that, just like I've really learned like the analytics, the whole editing part of the clip. Like I just feel like that has been one thing that I just feel so proud of, is when the clip comes out and it's just so good, and it's just cut where it's just, I mean, we're funny anyway, but it just accentuates how funny we are. So there's that, and then like learning how important consistency is too.
Oh yes,
because I think like it's really hard to stay consistent on social media when you personally don't really get on social media. Like I don't really post on Instagram like that. I don't really like, you might catch me making little teehees on Twitter and scrolling on TikTok, but that's as much as I got for you. Like I'm not posting all the time, things like that. I would rather not. I actually would rather play Township.
Diner Dash. It's all good.
Sometimes Fun Run, I'll open it every now and then.
I haven't played Fun Run in a long time. I don't even think it's on my phone anymore, but maybe we should schedule that. For sure. Like consistency is probably the biggest thing we've been successful at this year. I think we've been more consistent across the board with a lot of things now that we kind of have a rhythm. Like I even just coming into the studio, like we don't have an outline, but we just kind of have a rhythm now, and that feels really good to not have to like scramble sometimes, because I just kind of know what needs to be done. Because
even today we literally were just like, okay, stuff down in our seat,
ready to go,
all the reds are on. So I love that. And also our Instagram feed, it looks so pretty, so cute. Like,
it looks so pretty. We really just chose the best colors to represent our brand. And
I've been introduced into Unum, UNUM, where it's like a profile feed preview app, so you can like upload little squares of.
Have we ever done that?
No.
Are you interested in that?
What, doing the previews?
Uploading the squares?
Oh, I do it already.
You do like pieces? That's why I just asked you. If
oh, sorry. I thought you were. Sorry, I misunderstood. Okay. But yes, like you take a screenshot, like put it in there, then you put the next post that you want. And so then you can put up to like, I think it's 4 rows of photos before you post them. So you know as you post them what it's going to look like.
I thought you were talking about like an app that allows you to do that thing. Remember what people were doing like years ago where they would post like a picture of like you know what I mean, like a piece
where
of
it's
the
like
picture,
our face.
and then you go to the actual
bitch, scrolling
profile,
down my fucking
and then you see like a big face, and it's just like pieces of them that connect you. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about because I'm like scrolling down my timeline and I'm like, what's this blue blob?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
what the fuck
that was like
this?
It's giving 2018.
Yeah,
a good time to be alive.
Yeah, but. Well, it's not that. I mean, you could probably plan how to post. Yeah, to where it looks like
that's just what I thought you meant by seeing what it would look like. But I understand that you mean like just to find like whatever cover photos work and whatever, you know, whatever looks the best aesthetically.
Exactly.
Yes, I got you.
So I think it just looks really cute. And our website is up.
thepleasuresallyours.com, exactly as the podcast is titled, is what the website is titled. So
yes, baby, it's ours.
Check it out. Read up about us. You can go every week to find our new episodes linked there. You can watch the episode on the website, leave a review, reach out, all that good stuff. Yeah, so exciting. So Lex, I had a question too.
Ooh, ask me.
What has been your favorite moment so far?
I think probably one of them is probably the mixer. Like that was just so fun for me. Something else I would say is just like seeing how one video of one clip from like
you love talking about this goddamn video
because bitch I like open TikTok and I'll just see what notifications we have. Bitch, people hate that we hate Pisces men.
I still do. Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed.
Anything, it's gotten worse.
Especially because y'all are in the comments. Like you're not defending yourself in a way that makes me see you differently. You still are the devil.
It's rude. I saw a tweet today and it said, "Tell me how you found out your partner was cheating on you. I want to know." Bitch, I wrote a whole paragraph on that bitch. And then I said, you know what? I was in line at coffee. I said, delete. Not everybody has to know about this.
Courtney said, I'm not even putting my business out there like that.
I say that to say Pisces men.
Yeah.
They make me crazy. I'm good.
Yeah.
That was your favorite moment? Well, the mixer.
No, the mixer, yeah. But like, just seeing the comments and how like people are still like, yeah, oh my god,
those viral clips, they do what viral clips are gonna do for sure.
It's just so funny to me.
It's kind of hard to say what my favorite moment would be, but I think it was actually like getting in the studio. I think
that was this year.
I just think that the act of being here, like, you know, it's a sign of growth, which growth is uncomfortable in many ways, you know, but it's been fun. Like, I enjoy having guests come in and like sit next to us, and like we don't have to worry about the fucking mics or like the background of the home or like roommates walking in or kids upstairs. Like, it just makes everything so much smoother. Like, I was thinking about the days where we would be at my house like taking shots of tequila and the lighting would change in the middle of the episode, and like
the sun's going down.
There'd be awkward moments like cut because my roommates would walk in or like people would start yelling upstairs and falling all over the place. And I'm just so glad to not be in that space anymore.
Yeah, I forgot that it feels like we've just been here for so long.
It really does.
Like, and I know that's just because we've just been doing episodes after episodes. So like, yeah, I would have to agree with that too, because it has also been really nice because we get to talk to the team here as well. Yeah. And like I've gotten some insight and stuff. So that has been really cool. But yeah, I have to agree with that.
Yeah, wonderful. I'm glad you agree with me.
Yeah, that is good. Because like, bitch, as much as like, you know, it's so cutesy, struggling artist to be on a couch with a mic.
Yeah. It was giving like 2008 YouTube.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just, it feels really nice. And like, we get so much content out of the time we spend here, which is really nice.
Yeah. And also it's easy to focus here. Mm-hmm. Like even on those off weeks where we do have to record at one of our houses, like it's just, it takes a long time to like really get in the flow of like podcasting. But,
yeah. Because we're not in here.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously we've had a lot of new listeners, especially on YouTube. So if you are new to the channel and you've subscribed recently, shout out to you, boo. Thank you. We love you. We're so happy you're here.
Yeah.
However, I think like we should do like a little intro on like who we are. You know, we've done a lot of these like questions for the girls episodes. It's not one of these.
Yeah.
We've done like other stuff to make sure you guys know who we are, but I think because we agree with each other so much, we're always like, yeah. What is it? Two dumb bitches just like agreeing with each other all the time.
Just dancing around in a circle.
But I always say like, we do not agree on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Or we just have a different perspective of those things. Mm-hmm. So what do you think is like one of the biggest pieces that we just never really like see eye to eye on? It's always like, okay, girl.
I think it probably has something to do with men, or that's probably like,
okay.
I think that's probably what it is. And you know what? Actually, the first thing that came to my mind, and I don't think this is like answering the question, but the first thing that comes to my mind is when I'm like saying something or like I'm agreeing with you, and you just suddenly get so defensive.
Okay, so no. See, you're right. That doesn't answer the question. Because, like, what does that have to do? What?
I don't know. Like that because you'll be like, bitch, what do you mean by that? And I'm like, I don't mean anything by that.
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes you mean things by it. And you're like, I know I can get away with saying this on the podcast because she can't cuss me out on the podcast.
Who said?
Bitch. No.
Okay. What would you say? You go first. Cause like I would need a second to think.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, you're probably right. Like maybe it does have something to do with men in general, I guess. Like, yeah. But because you're not attracted to men as a being, like
not all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I say being, I mean like you could not see yourself dating or marrying a man ever. Okay. And I still have the mindset of like, okay, I could date and I could marry a man. Like that's a difference of opinion. But the opinions that you have about men though, like the crazy shit that they do or the reasons you don't like them, I'm like, I 100% agree. I can just see myself marrying a man maybe. Yeah. But like, no, I mean, let's say this. I think I give a lot of grace sometimes to men, where grace is not necessarily deserved and definitely not given by you ever. So that's a solid difference. Yeah.
Yeah. As far like guilty until proven innocent to me. I don't come with the benefit of the doubt for you.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like my life would be a lot easier if I had that mindset as well. But I just, you know, I like masculine energy. So who gives masculine energy? Niggas sometimes.
Yeah.
From time to time. I feel like sometimes I have to get on this platform and like hold it down for the bisexuals and the people that still enjoy dating men from time to time.
Yeah. I can't say that I've ever actively dated one in my adulthood.
Okay, but you can say you've inactively dated one?
I've had sex with him on a consistent basis.
That's true. Is that dating to you?
No, I don't want to be seen in public with him. I don't want nobody getting the wrong ideas.
I have never really dated a nigga that could like match my drip. Which I don't really have drip, but why like, did you do air quotes? Because I don't have any drip. Like, what is drip even?
You do have drip.
anyway. Like, I just feel like I haven't really been with a man that I feel like matches my style, is like my aesthetic. I feel like whenever I do come out with a man, I'm always looking very different than them.
Yeah.
And you know how frustrating that can be, like when you and your bitches go out and like it's just like the vibes are so
like
different.
You didn't put your bad bitch outfit on. Why?
Like it's just the vibes are different. It's like you still look good, boo, like, but what I'm giving is not what you're giving and vice versa. And it just like is, yeah, exactly. Like you just didn't put your best foot forward. And I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I can say I also don't really like being seen with men.
Yeah.
But if you're out there
and you got drip
and you can prove me wrong about everything we've ever said on this podcast, come with it.
You would have to, and not even just for a little while, you have to be consistent. This is a trial run of 2 years.
I will say,
okay,
military man is a Cancer. And he has proven time and time again to be a hair ahead of these other niggas, you know?
So is he a hair ahead or is he just a decent person?
Okay, well, I would actually say he's more than a decent person. I think he's like very calm, like still has a lot of assertive energy about him, but it doesn't seem like it's coming off as like cocky or aggressive. And I appreciate that. He has never shown me any toxic traits.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess maybe I should rephrase my, like, I wasn't like saying it as like any attack on him because I've like met him. He like seems cool.
I forgot you met him once.
Yeah. But I'm asking, like, I think sometimes, and not to get on my soapbox about men.
No, get on the soapbox, babe.
But I feel like sometimes, like, when men are decent people and they are, like, when you look at them as a human being and they're just leveled and put together and respectful and they, like, act like they were raised with common sense.
Yeah.
I think people are like, oh my God, like this is like the best guy that I've ever met.
Never said that.
No, I'm not saying that you did.
Okay, clear. Okay.
I'm not saying that you did. I'm just saying as a whole, this is not directly you, Court. This is like how I feel that people view like men sometimes.
Okay, got you.
And that's me like exaggerating as well. But it's just like, this is such a good guy. This is like the best guy I've ever met. Like that kind of thing. But it's like, he's just being a decent human being. Like he's just being nice, like how you would expect someone to be nice to you. And I think because men aren't always like nice to people and they're not always decent and they don't clean up after themselves and they don't respect your space or your body and things, they don't listen to you, things like that.
Wow.
So when a man does it, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But it's like they're supposed to do that. That's like bare minimum.
That's true. That is so true. And you know what? I spent 4 days fucking talking to my friend about that.
Yeah.
4 days. I was like, hey girl, maybe you should just fucking chill. Maybe he's just you've only been talking to him for 8 days. So maybe he's just on his best behavior. Yeah. Maybe he's just treating you like a normal human being. Like, so I get that. I can understand that. Yeah. I will say that the reason I feel like I can say they have shown me like men can be decent people.
Yeah. Right? They absolutely can be.
the space that I'm in right now, it takes a very specific person to want to come in and like play that role that he's playing right now with like no expectations. And like, he just kind of like lets me do me. And he like really honors and appreciates the time that I give him. And he like tells me that a lot. Mm-hmm. And then I don't feel like I owe him anything. He doesn't make me feel like I owe him anything or that like I should feel bad about making my own time or having other partners. Yeah. And I fuck with that a lot. I just have never been around a man lately that has been very like sure of their position and is like, yeah, I just want to watch you shine. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah. And that's how it should always be.
Absolutely. I mean, I would say the same thing if a pretty little woman came into my life and did this.
Oh, absolutely.
But oh my gosh, this is a good conversation. Yeah. You're not going to like how I came upon it, but it is what it is.
Okay, I'm scared.
It's not that scary. I just think that your view on this specific thing and my view is also one of disagreement. But I was talking to my friend who just happens to also be my ex. Okay. And they were talking about like how hard of a time they've had like connecting with women on like other apps, like on dating apps or out in the club, like whatever. And he's just like, people are just very apathetic. Like they'll respond, they'll like be excited to talk for like 3 hours, and then like you just won't hear from them again, or like you'll offer to buy them a drink and they're just kind of like stuck up and bitchy at the club. And I'm like, sadly, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I am having a hard time also connecting with like femme women. This person is looking, my ex is looking for obviously like femmes. So I'm like, I don't really have that problem like with anybody else, but specifically bad bitches. And I know like bad bitches just be acting like that, but I would love to find out from those bad bitches, why are you acting like that? Like, especially if you match with me and you message me and I come with good energy.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard to get a connection to actually like begin? Like,
I think that sometimes people just want to talk.
People just want attention.
I think that's really it. I mean, like, I haven't really been on the apps or anything, but that's mostly because like anytime I get on them, and it's not even that I will be chatting with people. It's just like when I go over profiles, it's like, what am I looking at right now? And I don't even mean that in like any way. Like, people will be beautiful and the pictures are amazing and it looks like they're fun and everything like that. But that profile is awful. Like, you not answering any of the questions, not putting anything about yourself, talking about follow me on Instagram if you want to know more, bitch.
Or add me on Snapchat.
Bitch, I'm gonna fucking find you, bitch. Like,
what?
Because why would I do that? Why would I go from this app to that app just to get in contact with you? I don't even know you, bitch.
That's exactly what he said. He was like, I will go and follow these people and then message them as they have instructed me to do, and then they just won't respond.
And you sitting in the message request. That's what's happening.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, they just want...
people, like, I'm not... like, you're not Drake, bitch. I'm just trying to get to know you, and you making it real hard. Like, even just as friends. Like,
yeah.
It's like, this person is really cool, and they say that they're ethically non-monogamous. They say that they're interested in XYZ. They're interested in BDSM. They're interested in music. They're interested in songwriting. I'm like, I would love to just chat with this person. Like, you're ethically non-monogamous. How long have you been there? Are you with a partner currently? Like, what? I would just love to chat with people about their lives. We have a fucking podcast, so we're interested in that thing. But it's like, I can't even get to that point. And I understand where he's coming from. We had a really long conversation about it, because like, it's so frustrating, and you start to feel like hopeless. Because again, I keep telling you, hoes, I want to be around femme women. I want to take femme women out on dates. I want to experience what it's like to like really be in relationships in communion with them. But it is hard to get them to hold you down.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't most of the people that are new to my circle, it's because I met them through a friend. Not even because I met them like out somewhere or anything like that. But like, when I do go out, I do try to like talk to people and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I just think also people are just so suspicious of each other.
Yes.
That is something that also contributes to it, because I'm suspicious of people.
Yes.
Not even like I'm thinking that they're going to do anything, but like, people don't always show you who they are for real. And I'm just traumatized, bitch. I'm not trying to be in any kind of like weird situation. So it's like, I think that either that's me projecting or that is, but I also just feel like we're all suspicious of each other.
Yeah, that's so true. I guess because I'm me, I feel like I have a trusting face, and I have taken the time to fill out these questionnaires on these fucking apps over and over again in detail, to make it known that like, hey, I'm a real person. I have real thoughts and feelings, and like, this is genuinely where I'm coming from. I hope you'd like to connect with me. Yeah. Like, but I get it, because I also am still suspicious of people as well. Yeah. I am too. I think
I also can't really find a balance of like, am I attracted to this person, or do I want to be friends with this person? And like, I'm trying to find a balance, because like, I can, but
finish that thought.
I was gonna say, I can't have sex with every new friend I meet, but I'm like, I could, but I don't know. I feel like it. I don't know, bitch. I'm not even on that right now. Like,
yeah, I love that for you.
Like, Are you coming to chat or no?
To chat?
Yeah.
Or like, so you're saying if they were coming to fuck, you'd be like, whoa, they're horsey.
I would be more so like, damn, take me out to dinner first. Like, we don't even know we don't even know each other. Like,
oh yeah, I would definitely want to meet like outside the house first.
And not even like in that way. Just like I don't want to find out I'm having sex with a weirdo. Like,
I also don't really feel like having sex with strangers.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, I'm trying to have sex like it's my last day on earth, okay? And like, can't
100%.
If I do that to a stranger, now you're being weird to me, bitch.
Yep.
And now
I had the best orgasm of my last month and a half yesterday.
I love that for you. She had to think back.
I've had a lot of good orgasms in my life.
I love it.
But it was so good because I was just like, we know each other. We're very comfortable with each other, you know, bust it down. And my pussy was like, this is amazing. Why would I want to have sex with somebody that doesn't know my body, that doesn't really know me, that doesn't really care?
Exactly.
But also, girl, how are we gonna get there if you're not answering my DMs?
Yes.
Because I'm not trying to fuck you off top. I would take you for pho, a little bit of ramen. Then I would let it simmer, and then we meet up again. Maybe we go swimming. Maybe we go catch
just
a
see
show.
What the vibe even is. Just because we're attracted to each other doesn't mean that like we would even have good sex. And I'm trying to see what the vibe is like. And also, sex is just when you like really like a person. When you like really like them for who they are as a person, bitch, and you see them laugh and like just have a good time,
yeah,
bitch, that sex is amazing.
It's much better. You're like, wow, you deserve this cooch. I deserve whatever you're giving me.
Like,
and it's matching. Like, it's a matched energy. Yeah. Speaking of,
yes.
So I told you about the story yesterday, but I'm just going to bring it up because I'm going to take everybody else through the journey, okay?
Okay.
So I was hanging out with this person. I can't remember what color I named them. Probably orange or something.
That sounds familiar.
Okay. Orange. This is the person that I went on a dinner date with, and it went really well. And then we went out to like this museum night, Pride night thing, and it was really fun. And then at the end of the night, they were like, I had driven them back to their car because I had parked closer. So then they gave me a little like hug in the passenger seat. Like, oh, okay, give me some love. And I was like, okay. So then I like gave them a hug. And I was kind of like, okay, I feel like if this is our second date. Yeah. Like, okay, if you're really feeling me, like maybe you just told me to get out the car, like give you a little hug, like so we can stand up and hug each other so we can like.
And be pelvis to pelvis.
Yeah, like touch more, right?
Yeah.
None of that. And so I've been
get out my car, bitch.
Literally, I was like, okay, well, I'm getting annoyed now because this is fucking annoying. Like it was very annoying to have to do that. Like, yeah. I was like, what is this? Anyway, so like a few weeks had passed and they hit me up last week and asked me if I wanted to go to a movie. So mind you, like we've both been busy. We've both been out of town for 2 weeks in a row. Like they're moving. Like there's a lot of factors that I don't mind them not hitting me up. Yeah. Like in between those 2.5 weeks. Yeah. They hit me up the day after the date and was like, I had a lot of fun. You know, great. So then they hit me up last week and they asked me to go to the movies. And I said, okay, pero I would like to know like how you're feeling about me so that I know whether I need to bring my flirty vibes or my friendship vibes. And he was like, what did he say? Oh, he said, I go with the flow. I'm really enjoying going with the flow, so I would say bring both. Now, I've talked to you about this previously, and I've talked to my friend that was here visiting, and both of y'all said the exact same thing. You were like, no. You're like, dead it, like, leave it alone. My only thing is, based on the conversations we just had, right, I am very much looking for connection, and it says this on my Her profile, looking for connection, friendship, otherwise, whatever, just experiences with people. I enjoy our experiences together. Clearly, they enjoy the time that they're spending with me because they keep asking me out. Yeah, I would like to say, to clarify, I wasn't meaning like dead the whole thing altogether. I'm saying like the flirty part of it, like just dead it. Like, okay. Because like, it, like you're saying, bring your friend and flirty vibes. Like if you wanted one or the other, you would have said. Yeah. And so like,
if you just want to be friends, like that's fine. And that's
totally
what,
fine.
and it's like, that's what it's giving. So that's the vibe I'm going to bring.
That's so true. Like,
yeah.
Like, and that's how I'm going to move forward with it. Like, really, we're just friends. We have a lot of interesting conversations. They're interested in the same thing I'm interested in. They've asked for my help in some stuff. So like, I'm excited to help them with that, and just kind of like, they are building community. So I want to be a part of that community and like use it, you know, for our advantage and their advantage, all of that. Like, so I want to stay in connection with them, but I don't like this wishy-washiness.
Yeah.
I understand if you, it's been 3 dates. Well, it's been 2 dates.
But you know, think about like when you go out with someone and you guys are clicking in that way. Like, you don't usually have to have the conversation.
You don't
have that conversation.
That's confusing me. And it's even more annoying that they're asking me to bring both flirty vibes and the friend vibes when I have brought flirty vibes over text message, and I literally will get left on like red, or like they'll send like funny gifts. Like, I feel like as if to like put a blanket on the fire. Yeah. Bitch, tell me that. Just so I can stop embarrassing myself. But now I just will take it on my own self to not embarrass myself.
Sometimes people don't like and I think sometimes people like having the option of having either or as well. Mm-hmm. And like, you're so cute and sexy and fun. I
know, that's why I'm like, what is your problem? I don't get it.
I'm serving you body.
Literally, like, I looked good every single time we hung out.
Like, but I think like some people are just kind of like, and they don't want to like hurt feelings. And so they try to like be indifferent. Yeah. But like, being indifferent, it usually makes the situation worse.
Yeah. From experience, maybe, again, I said this to you. I was like, maybe it's a little karma, because I feel like I can be like that sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, not as straightforward, but I don't want this to happen to anybody else on my behalf, because this is annoying. So I will be better moving forward. But
you're doing great.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Essentially. Anything new though happening in your life that you want to catch up on?
I mean, Red moved in over the weekend.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and you know, when we were bringing stuff into my apartment, or we were like driving away from her old apartment, I was like, you know, it's so funny to see where I am now, because when my ex was like the weeks moving up to her date to move in, I'm sure you remember, I was a fucking mess. I was so anxious about the whole thing. I was going back and forth about like whether or not I wanted her to move in or not, and like what that would even look like, and you know, with what would finances look like how would that look, you know? And it was just giving me a lot of anxiety. And so I just remember telling her like maybe a week or two before, and I was like, I can't. I'm like, I really want to be able to help you, and you're welcome to like crash here, like, and come hang out and come like spend the nights like you do already, like that's fine, but I don't think I can commit to you living in my space with me at the same time. Like, but with Red, I'm just like, yay.
I mean, and you've done it before
here all the time,
so you know how you guys operate together. You know that you guys are both responsible people, and you have less stressors now, I feel like, than you did even the first time y'all lived together. Yeah. So like, sounds like a good time. Yeah, and now I was like, we were bringing stuff from the cars, and I was like, wow, now I get to come home and get on your nerves like even quicker than before. Like, I love that, because she's like, why do you bully me? And it's just because I like to stick my finger in her belly button. Oh my God. And then like by the time she swipes my hand, my hand's gone. And she's like, why are you a menace? Cute. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. I've been enjoying being single. Like, well, not just sexually, just enjoying my time by myself and like making decisions based on like nobody else, you know? But I did have a moment. When was it? I don't know. It was like sometimes last week, and I was like sitting on my couch, and I was like, I kind of want to like lay up with somebody like on a full Saturday. Like, I miss that. Like, just being able to like watch movies all day and like bed rot together, or like plan your day. Like, you know, you go to sleep together on Friday night, and you wake up and you're like, okay, we're going to go run errands. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. Like, I definitely miss that a little bit. You can always do that with. Yeah. And I agree. Yeah. Like, friendship rocks. Oh, that's not
what I meant.
Oh, okay.
I was meaning like you can find an intimate partner that you feel comfortable with without having to date them.
Okay. Like, no, yeah. You're
like you can do those things. You don't, those things aren't limited to
absolutely
just your partner. So like, you know, if you, and, but you know, if we
have a solid relationship as is right now. Well, in like we hang out.
Yeah.
Like we be hanging. Sometimes we just don't, like, sometimes he comes over and like we're supposed to have sex and we just don't, like we're just vibing. Yeah. That's great. But I don't know for like grocery shopping.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that could be something that you could definitely find. It's a good, cause like I always say, like one thing about my relationship with her is like it's good of like keeping me like where my boundaries are and like where the boundaries are like even between each other and like what I don't know, just I don't know. I started and now I'm like, oh, it's kind of hard to explain, but. Like we both understand that we want companionship and we've always wanted like something like what we have.
Yes.
But we both also understand that like we kind of have different visions of what like end goal life looks like. But like for the season that we're in right now, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And so like when we talk about it, it's like this really like helps with everything that goes on, and like I feel like we really pour into each other very well.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, it's just nice. And like I think because there's no like commitment attached to it, that it makes it easier to also like really like learn things about myself with this person, because it's like, okay, even after, or if there is an after of like this part of our friendship or our relationship, we make great friends as well. So it's like I don't know. Like
that's a commitment in itself. Though,
yes,
the
exactly.
Commitment to evolving as whatever comes around.
Yeah, so that makes me like, I think that's like my favorite part. And like in the beginning when we talked about it, it was kind of confusing for me because I realized that I've gotten a lot of like adoration and like love of a person's companionship confused with like wanting to date them. It's like I just really enjoy what we have as it is, but that doesn't mean we have to be in a committed anything. This could also just be a part of my community, and that's also what I keep saying that I want it to look like anyway, is just to have people to love me in like all these different ways in whatever season either one of us is in, and for that love to look like whatever it is in whatever season it is. And so it's really nice, and it just really makes it easy for me to like relax and like be comfy.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Now we're on a podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask a question though.
I could see the question on your face
because it's like you always like whenever we have these conversations, you use all these words, and I'm like, okay, like I know you very well, right? And I know how you think, and I also agree with how you think, and I want the same things for myself. But with that being said, I can acknowledge when things just kind of sound like, not like, it just sounds like you're padding around certain things, right? To me. So when you say like, I have da-da-da-da-da, I have da-da-da-da about these feelings about this person, and like we have these interactions, but that doesn't mean I need to date them. What is dating to you? Does that mean, when you say dating, it just means like you have an end goal of like getting married, or like, because you're still in a long-term relationship. Like me and you are in a long-term relationship. I'm in a long-term relationship with my friends. Like those are long-term relationships. But I guess when you say like, I think you're not dating, I'm like, what do you like? I'm
not saying like we're not dating. I'm just saying like we're not,
because like, you're together as well. Like,
I don't know. Like if you were to ask, if we were to like have a conversation, I wouldn't be like, oh, this is my girlfriend. It wouldn't be anything like that. Like, I don't know.
You wouldn't even call them your partner? Yeah.
Like partner, lover, but like, I don't.
Okay, but you're not gonna walk into fucking like Walmart and be like, okay, yeah, this is my lover.
Yeah. So like, I would say partner, because we do where we are right now. Yeah. That is what we are to each other.
Right. Right.
But like, if I were to be like dating someone like with intent of like the poster of like what people do with their life. They meet someone, they love them, they might get married, they might start a family together, like they might buy a house together, like things like that. Like that to me. And I hate to be like one of those like I want dating to go somewhere, but I want dating to go somewhere. So like, that's what I mean by like, we both have different visions of what our end goal in life looks like. Like we have a lot of similarities, but like big pillars of what our end goal is, they don't match. And we recognize that like us even trying that will also kind of ruin it, because she'd be putting her expectations of what she wants her life to look like on me, and then vice versa. And then we would just be, now we hate each other. So I don't know. Like, it's like, I see you for who you are. I see where you want to go, and I support you in where you want to go. We have had hard conversations where it's like, well, if things and when things do like shift, like what would that look like? And we've really had a lot of really in-depth conversations on like, well, how would we deal with that, and how would we come back from that? Like, obviously you don't know till you get there, but I don't know. I just feel really confident that even if we had to like, okay, I'm going to give you your space so you can like get to know this person and like be comfortable with that, and I can just kind of do my own thing without being worried about what you're doing, and you know, just all of these other things that come with like someone you really care about dating someone, especially like when you're so involved with each other. But like, I don't know.
Okay.
It's just it's I don't know. I've never like had it be like, I really love you, and I love your position in my life, and I love what we are, and I love how we are together. But then also have hard conversations where it's like, these don't match up.
These are the realities.
Yes, these are the realities. But it's like, for right now, for what it is,
it's working.
Why not share the love?
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful relationship that you guys have. So I don't want you to think I'm always like trying to be on the offensive. I just be like listening, like, okay, it sounds like you're dating, but everybody has. But it just, it's the definition.
Because even to her, she's
the intentions,
like,
I guess, behind it.
Yeah, because even to her, she would be like we go on dates and stuff, but I actually don't know if she would say we were dating. I don't think she would. Yeah.
So the last point of contention before we like wrap this bitch up this time. Fuck. So then, considering that you accept relationships for how they are at the moment, right? Why do you think you always like roll your eyes when I tell you that I've been talking to my ex, when we've really just been talking as like, we are just friends. Like, we're just talking as friends and like having fine conversation as friends, all of these things. It's like these relationships can evolve into something else. Like, even though we were in a relationship, now we're not. I
think because like, even when you first just said his name casually, I was like, I didn't even know that had happened. So like every time you say it like it literally is the same I don't know why it's the same reaction. Is because like I knew that is a place that you guys wanted to get to. I didn't know you had gotten there. So like when we started having conversations and you'd be like, oh yeah, I went and did this, and I'm like, okay, but
what was I supposed to say? Like, was when it happened, like when.
Because I thought you were still blocked. I thought you were still blocked. I thought you guys weren't communicating or anything like that. I just knew.
I thought I was blocked, but I actually was not blocked.
Okay.
But anyway, like my point is like, I don't understand, I guess, like where, like, is there a certain time limit that would make...
No, it's not the fact that you guys are talking. It's just the fact that I didn't know. Like I don't know, like, just like how if one day, like...
Oh, you mean the one day?
No, like...
That one time that this happened. When I was in Mexico, I was having a beautiful gala dinner.
No, Courtney, you're assuming what I'm saying, and I'm not even saying anything about that.
No, but I am. I'm like bringing up this example. I'm like...
That's not even the example I was about to give.
You already know where I'm going with this.
I don't, but you're bringing up your Mexico trip, so I'm like, I want to know, like, I don't...
So you just text me one day and were like, you were like, oh yeah, I'm at so-and-so show and so-and-so met Red and da-da-da-da. And I was like, I was reading these texts like, what? I didn't even know that you, the last time I talked to you, you told me you weren't gonna, like, you had no interest in going and da-da-da-da. And then like, then you were like, no, but we had dinner. Like all this information coming up at one time. I'm just saying,
I don't know. Cause I felt like I took you through the process of at least being like, oh, hey, I also like this person reached out to me and this is the conversation.
The fact.
No.
I found out that you guys, yes, you told me that she reached out, but you're like, nah, I'm probably not, like, this isn't something I know I don't want to unhatch, whatever, you know the word I'm looking for. This is not something I want to unfold. Like,
I'm gonna go check our text thread because I know we had.
You want to go back 6 months in texts?
Because Courtney, I know that I told you that we had talked, and like even when you were like even before we even went out for dinner, I even said that I was like I was thinking about having dinner with her, and you were like, well, I didn't really like when we talked about it in person, you were like, I don't really understand like doing that, and I'm like, I don't know. And I said it just ended, so it ended how it did, so it would just be nice to see if like we could go, if we could like go forward or if we couldn't. And I said that before I even had dinner.
I definitely remember that conversation.
Yes.
I guess it's more that when we were done with that conversation, I thought we were at this, like, you were just kind of like, yeah, but I don't think this is something I want to like move forward with. Like, you just kept saying like, I don't know if this is the right thing. It just seems like a lot going on. It's kind of messy, like Red, this and that.
Yeah.
And then when I got this text and you were like, I'm at this show, and I was like, okay. And then you're like, and I had dinner with them last week. And I was like, oh, okay.
But I told you I was already having dinner with them.
No, we weren't sure about it. So I didn't know that you had dinner with them until you told me that at the same time you told me. But this is semantics now. Okay. My point is like, I can accept what you said because like you're just telling me all this stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I'm shocked. Right. But you know, you gave me your backstory. My backstory was only a little different because I was blocked, but then I told you we had that conversation before the podcast about like them listening to the podcast and then like us kind of getting to a place where we understood each other.
Yeah.
But we needed a break.
But I didn't know that you had gotten to that point.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Just like I didn't know you made the decision to go out to dinner.
But you knew that I was talking to her.
But
you knew that we were texting. I didn't know you and him. I didn't know you guys were texting.
Okay.
I thought
so. All that being said.
The only difference is literally that I did not even know that you had the space that you needed to take had been taken. That is what I didn't know. So when we were having a conversation and we were leaving or like something happened and I think like he was texting you about coming to pick something up, I was like, what is happening?
Okay.
That is what I'm saying.
Okay, it's cool. So ultimately, there's no right or wrong here. I'm just asking you a question now. So like that being said, now that you know that we're in communication, do you have an opinion about us being friends and associating with each other?
I mean, if he's nice and respectful to you,
he's always been nice and respectful. Literally.
But yes, Courtney, if he is nice and respectful to you, I have no problem. I mean, you obviously know where my beef originates. So like that is, but obviously like, I don't care. It doesn't affect it doesn't affect me in a way that it would if you were dating him. That is what I'm saying. Like,
I don't want you to
it's not like it's like, oh, that he'll most likely be there when I get there, or he might drop her off or something like that. It's not as intertwined as it would be. Like, no. So
I guess I want to rephrase my question then. I don't want you to think I'm asking you, like, does it affect you? It doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, like, does it make sense? Because of the way that you view, like, your relationships and how they evolve, does it make sense, like, that I would be wanting to be friends with this person?
We've also had conversations where you have said that you would just, like, it would be nice if you guys could just be friends. Like, even when things were kind of shifty and it didn't seem like it would end amicably, I remember having conversations with you. So it would make sense that you guys would get to a place where you could be friends again. I just didn't know that place had gotten there.
Okay.
Especially because, like, whatever conversation you guys had, the last thing I remember is that, like, he was upset and you were like, you saying that you weren't blocked, but that is where I thought he was. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, it's about to be a minute. He gonna get his life together, like whatever.
Nigga just got a new phone.
So it literally was at the back of my mind. So then it's like, hey, Guess.
Okay, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I guess, we had what, like a 3-hour episode a few weeks back called "Is It Possible to Be Friends with an Ex?"
Yeah.
And I'm here to say 2 months in, it might be.
I definitely think it is.
Not in your case, though.
Not for that particular ex, no.
No. And
not for the other one either.
Correct.
Before you even go there. Correct. I knew it was coming, bitch. I knew it was fucking coming.
I'm talking about your white ex.
You just love saying it. Straight face, look at me dead in my eye. Yes. And never my wife, please.
Yeah, I'll give that one up, especially because I have other friends with other white wives that I can use. And now.
Have procreated with now.
Yes, that is.
You're
true.
locked in,
sweet baby.
That is now in your family tree. Like you can't escape it.
Biraciality, it finds me everywhere.
Biracial. Yeah.
And with that, if you've never listened to this before, congratulations for making it through. Happy birthday to us, bitch.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram at allyourpleasures_. Same with TikTok. Subscribe and like our YouTube videos. The Pleasures All Yours podcast on YouTube. What else do I usually say, honey?
ThePleasuresAreYours.com.
ThePleasuresAreYours.com, bitch. Yes, I love saying that.
Yes.
And I think there was an announcement I wanted to make. The Discord.
Oh yeah. So we did a poll on like what community platform we would want to like be able to talk to people and like for other people to just refer their like queer friends or like you just want to find community. We're gonna do like a Discord of that. Whenever that's live, obviously we will like post, announce all of that. But that since majority wins,
Discord, which I really like for community talk.
Oh, Red is so pissed about it.
WhatsApp, please. Okay, we're not all African,
but that's what she said.
And have family out of town. I mean, I have a WhatsApp too. I appreciate WhatsApp.
Yeah.
However, I just feel like Discord is easier.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like with WhatsApp, you have to put in your phone number.
You do have to put your phone number.
And so for Discord,
other people can see your phone number.
Yeah. And for Discord, it's really just your username, so you can be whoever you want to be and just vibe out. Just no white men, please. No white men.
I'm literally gonna kick you out.
We have moderators. Okay, we're the moderators.
Yeah.
So, so look out for the Discord link, and we'll definitely put it in the description of the videos as they come out, and we'll do a little announcement. But do you have anything to say to our listeners in response to our 2-year birthday thing? Yes, bye.
Here's to another 22 years.
Whoa.
We love MILFs. Bye.
Bye. What a chaotic episode. That's why we have outlines.